Hello everybody, welcome back to Mason Zero ASMR. My name is Mason. Today I'm going to be building a Lego Star Wars set. This is the Star Wars Republic Fighter Tank. I'm not sure exactly what series or movie this one is based off of. It's from the Clone Wars, kind of in general. So I'm not sure if this one is supposed to be based off of the animated series or just in general. But this has always been one of my favorite Star Wars vehicles since they first released it, and Lego made a pretty cool version of it back a long time ago, and this is a newer one. I kind of couldn't resist picking it up because the other day I was hanging out with one of my friends, and we were watching some old Star Wars stuff, some old like fan videos that we enjoyed, and this tank was in one of them. We were talking about how cool of a vehicle it was. I saw it and couldn't resist. So we're going to be building this guy today, and I hope that you enjoy it. So here on the back, we kind of have the features, I suppose. This one doesn't have too many features. It's relatively simple. It's got some guns on the side that shoot. I think it's a little spring-loaded launcher sort of deal. Or, oh no, these are the ones that are pressure-based, I believe. And then there's a place to store ammunition. And looks like it has wheels on the bottom, maybe. Maybe when you move them, the guns move? I think that's what that's trying to say. I'm not really sure. Or it has a motor? I'm honestly not entirely sure what that's trying to tell me, but I guess we'll find out. And then open up the cockpit, put the guy in, and swivel the guns. We have a clone gunner, 2 battle droids, and Jedi Knight Ayla Secura. A Twi'lek. So now we're going to open the box up and start building. This has some pieces that I haven't seen before. It's been quite a while since I've gotten anything Lego related, but I'm excited to see some of these new parts. Got the instruction booklets and sticker sheet, and the bags of parts. Got everything out. There are 305 pieces. So we have, oh boy, okay, stickers. And we have a 2-part instruction booklet. It's book 2. This one is book 1. And we'll see if the bags correspond to that at all. Yes, it does. All right. This one is bag 1. So let's open it up. All right. We have a small bag of small parts. So we're going to be building the base of the tank here. So we start off with our clone trooper. Let's find his little pieces. Okay. And there we go. It's pretty detailed. Got printing on the back as well. Very cool. Alright, there's our clone gunner. Now let's start on the tank itself. So I think this is going to be kind of the side area. So we're going to take a couple of these guys. I always have a tendency to build a little bit out of order. Alright, so take one of these, put it there. One of these 1x1s, and some side plates. So we've got this so far. A 3x1 plate up on here. And one of these and one of these. Make some angles. Yeah, looks like we're gonna bridge the gap here between the two sides. We just kind of have some weirdly colored pieces to make the innards. Lego always likes to do that, like this green plate, for example. I can guarantee you that will not be visible in the final model. And now we have to put together the other side. I'm just going to go ahead, because I think I know how this works, and attach it here. Looks like otherwise it's just a mirrored version. I've built a few hundred Lego sets in my life, and a lot of additional complicated Lego things, so building Legos is almost like second nature to me by this point, although it has been quite a while since I've built anything very large, or even had a new set that was anything more than a few pieces. Alright, there we go. And we just have some more plates to stack up. A couple of these guys. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while or happened to see it at some point, I also have another Lego building video from, a couple years ago. Just about building a T-16 Skyhopper. That one was a cool set, but I think this one's going to be a little cooler. I think that one was larger, though. Alright, got some very nice dark red pieces. This color is definitely not new, but I still enjoy it, and to me it feels like a new color, even though I'm pretty sure it came out in like 2004 or 5, and that's well over half of the time I've been building Legos ago. I started building with Legos in 1998 or 9, and have kind of kept up with it since then. This is one of my least favorite things, stacking small plates like this on top of each other. It will be almost impossible to take those apart again without a brick separator, which luckily I have some of, or fingernails. This is impossible to get apart, especially when your nails are short like mine are right now. Okay. So since we got these little plates on the side, I think we're going to be building sideways a little bit, which is always fun. It's always nice when it's not just bricks stacked on top of each other, which is most of what we've been doing so far, which I guess is to be expected. So let's see. It's interesting. Like that. And like that. We put that here. That's cool. Then we build a second one. There we go. There's something sort of relaxing and cathartic about building Legos, no matter how fast you're building them. Sometimes it just feels nice to put something together with your hands, and even if it's all laid out for you, it still feels pretty cool to do that. I always enjoy it. Alright. That clicks together here for some stability. I always enjoyed what they did with the color scheme for the Republic, especially in Lego sets. This sort of lime green, dark red, and white. It's always cool. Kind of surprised, just based on my experience, that they don't have you turn the whole thing upside down to put those pieces under there. A lot of times they'll say that. Blue pieces, huh? Again, I can guarantee you these will not be visible in the final model, along with that green piece that's going on here. I always wonder why they use weirdly colored pieces, probably just to get some variety in the set. You're never going to see those pieces anyways, so it's a good excuse for them to try to add some more colors to your collection that maybe aren't used as much. Blue and green probably aren't the most common of colors, especially in Star Wars. There's a lot of gray in Star Wars sets, which is fine, but there is a lot of it. Okay, and there. Those down here. All right. Oh wow, I haven't seen these pieces in a long time. That's kind of interesting. I like that usage. Very cool. So, okay, now I have to build some little nose pieces. I need one of these curved guys. One of these, and one of those. A little bit of everything. So we stack up the plates like this, and then we put this on there. And then we put it onto the nose with one of these guys. Like so. And then we do the same for the other side. All right. Very cool. Enjoying this construction so far. It's just the base, which is kind of boring, but seems well put together, very stable. A lot of internal support structure, which is always nice. Lego always makes sure their models are structured well and have a lot of stability. Alright, now we're going to add on to the little nose things a little bit more. Just a little more decoration to cover up some of this stuff. These are already half attached to each other. Perfect. So I'll go here, add some nice decorative color. Excellent. Very cool. I like that a lot. Cover up all the gray and strange colored insides with the actual green and white and red color scheme. Armor plating, if you will. There we go. And voila. And that's the second one. Now we put these little hook pieces on the sides. Right here. Kind of just add a little interest and texture, I guess. Now we turn the thing upside down. Looks like we're adding something. Honestly, not sure what this is for. I assume there's going to be some sort of wheel structure here at some point. Ooh, shiny. Interesting. I noticed in the instructions it kind of has a gleam to it. I wonder why those metallic pieces go there. I find that interesting. Since they're probably going to be essentially invisible. Alright, add a couple more of these things. Interesting. And something to tie it all together. Whoops, dropped it. It's possible all of this is for nothing at all. It could just be something to slide around on. And that would be good enough. But since there's these holes here, I wouldn't be too surprised if there was something else that this will build into. And now we pretty much just tie it all together with these guys. That's kind of a cool piece. Reversed slope, basically. There we go. And a few more pieces. All right. Gotta just make sure everything's attached. Nothing's gonna fall apart. I like that a lot. It's important to always build your models with more than enough support if you want them to be playable or transportable. It's especially nice when you can work that well into the design, which I think this has nicely. So far, I really enjoy this. 2 of these. Oh no, just one, and then it meets in the middle. And we just put that in right here to plug this hole, I guess. Interesting. You take these 2 white plates, cover them up. Interesting, there's going to be a gap in here. Doesn't necessarily need to be filled. My OCD wants it to be filled. And then we sort of cover everything up a little bit. And now it looks pretty much a lot nicer. So yeah, if I had to guess, it would be that just supposed to essentially slide on these, not that it's going to have any sort of wheel function, but you never know. So now we have some grates to put on the side of here. They're black, which contrasts nicely with the white of the rest of it, so they're very obviously, you know, some kind of exhaust port. Not the kind that anyone would be able to exploit, of course. That goes here. I don't really know if that was necessary, but it works. Okay, I see. For some additional support there. Again, probably not needed, but oops, I keep dropping pieces. Because these are kind of two-tiered, it's kind of hard to put them on properly the first time. There we go. Click them into place. We have some of these nice sand-colored slopes that slope into the sand plates we put in there. And we just have a few more pieces left. You have this hook piece with a handle of some kind. Looks like a horn. Not sure what this is going to be for. Maybe the ammo case or something. Then we cover everything up with this big black plate. It's interesting. There we go. Cover up that green. Can't see it now. I assume we'll cover it in the front a bit as well. And we go like this. Now it's looking more like a tank. This piece goes right here. These flat pieces go right here. These go here and here. And then we just have a few extra parts just in case we lose any of those small along the way. We also have some stickers, which is the worst part. I really miss the days of printed pieces. Alright. Hopefully I don't mess up. I'm just going to take this piece off to do it. It's not perfect, but it'll do. I've long given up on them being perfect, although that's pretty close. It's probably one of the better ones that I've done in my life. So now we have that plate on the other side, right in the back. Not bad. Not bad at all. Helps when they're just flat plates, unlike this one, which we now have to put a tiny sticker on. And that will go like this. Yeah, this one's not going to look very good at the end. It's not terrible, but far from perfect. Alright, so that was the first bag. That took us about 20 minutes. And now we're going to go on to page 2, or book 2. And bag 2, while we're at it. We get to build the rest of our figures. Some battle droids to build. These have not changed much since they first started making them in 1999, except for one distinct difference, that being the arms. If you'll notice, this arm has a hinge there and a hinge there. This hinge is the opposite direction. That's so that they can hold guns. If I can find one. There we go. Because in 2005 or 6, or yeah, it was 2006 or 7, they changed the guns to this. And it took them a little while for them to be put onto battle droids. They first gave them to all the other characters. But initially, the battle droids had these big guns, these big blocky pieces that didn't make much sense, and that's what they used for blasters, and the battle droids held them sideways, because this piece was just the only one that existed. But then they made a new mold. Much better. I think I probably have a couple that are built that way, but I'm not certain. What I wish they would have done with battle droids is give them the little backpack. There's even a piece for it, or a stud for it, because I think they did have a set or two where they included the backpack in there. They also used that body piece for droidicas, which they haven't made one in a long time, I don't think, but when they first came out they were pretty good looking. Probably the best ones that they've made were the originals. Now we have Ayla Secura, a blue-skinned Twi'lek with a blue lightsaber. So there she is in her usual garb and her tails. Very nice molding on this. It's not even rubber like I expected, actually. It's actually just molded plastic. Usually these things are rubber. I think the headgear piece is rubber, though. Cool. Some excellent minifigures, and 4, if we include the droids, is pretty good. Alright, let's continue the construction. So it's first having us build what I can only assume is the ammo box, which I'm also assuming goes back here somewhere. I apologize for the train in the background if you can hear it. So, building a bit of a structure around this, so maybe it doesn't slide out like I thought. I'm not sure what goes there then. Maybe that is where the guy sits. We just had to put him pretty far in. There we are. I have not seen any of these pieces before. That one's new to me. I'm used to them being this size. One stood bigger on each side. Radiator pieces. Let's see. Where's the other one? There it is. That'll be the radiator goes up and down on one side, side to side on the other. So you always have to pay attention. And then we have some silvery toned pieces here, some circles. A little screen piece here. Wow, this is new. This little tiny corner piece. I've definitely never seen that before. It's very interesting. Just minute details. Really great for that kind of stuff. We are still going here. I missed a spot. Get some angled pieces up in here. I think this is just going to be kind of the back of the ship and where the pilot is going to sit. I think this is his seat rest. So that's tan like the rest of the insides. That would be my guess if I had to make one. It's always cool building a Lego set because there's kind of classic pieces like this that are very familiar to me, and then there's a lot of new pieces, like some of the ones I've been pointing out. They're new to me anyways, that might not be actually new. Some of them I know are not actually new, but new to me regardless. I always like collecting Legos, but it's a bit of an expensive hobby. Not that I can really talk, since Magic the Gathering has been my hobby for a while, and that is anything if not expensive. Which I've slowed down my purchases of that one a bit, although I have pre-ordered the entirety of Commander 2017, because it looks fantastic and everybody loves Tribal. I'm sorry if you don't know Magic and have no idea what I'm talking about. Let's see. Both these guys. Looks like that's where the hatch will connect. There we go. And then we attach it like so. And that just kind of goes in there. Excellent. Attaches nicely. That plate will go here. These plates will go here. Probably going to build up the front and the windscreen a little bit. This is coming together very nicely. Piece will go like that. That piece will go like that, so we'll continue this flat contour here. Building up the front a bit. Like that. Like that. There and there. It's very interesting, just kind of putting a layer of plates across the front to give it this red color scheme that looks very nice. It's kind of crimson or dark red. Big fan of that. Looks pretty nice already. Oh, now we're putting the wheels wheels on. Okay. There are wheels after all. So we have this pin and this little wheel. We're going to create 4 of those. Fun fact, there's gray pins and there are black pins. The black pins are always very stiff. They're good for locking things together. The gray ones are always very smooth and are good for wheels and other things that have to roll. I don't know why that they are that way. I've always found that very interesting. So now that rolls along nicely. It's supposed to be a bit of a hover tank, so it makes sense. It's pretty cool. Put these guys up here. Looks like that's where the gun emplacements are going to be. That's an interesting way to use this piece that I haven't really seen before in an official set. It's headlamp pieces. And that, lots of small 1x1 cube block pieces going here. Just sort of build it up, get those details in. Where's the last one? Am I blind? Oh, there it is, right in the center. Of course. All right. Really building this up. This is very cool. Oh, is this a printed piece? Wow. It is a printed piece. That's fantastic. Don't have to put a sticker on that, but we had to put a sticker on the other one for some reason. That doesn't make a lot of sense. None at all. And we're covering those more unsightly colors. Building it up. Very cool. This plate here and this big nose piece. And then we have some stickers to put on, as I expected. This nose piece gets one to sort of meet up with the piece below it. Alright, let's see here. There we go. That is not quite center, but it'll have to do. And then, that's interesting. No. It's a bit difficult because the sticker is the same color as the piece it's going on. But luckily, this looks like the last sticker, which I'm very thankful for, because I did not put them on well. But from a distance, you can't tell. I'm okay with that. For these little angle pieces, they're clear. It's going to make up the windows, the windscreen for what it's worth. Just a very narrow place to look through, which is cool. Hatch piece. Kind of covering up all this stuff as we go along. I'm sure we'll put some sort of big support pieces on here to lock them all together, since these white triangles are a bit loose at the moment. So, got some locking in to do. Really nice use of angled pieces here to put everything together and make it not look so blocky. Make it look a little more interesting. Some interesting angles to it. Alright. Just one of these guys. Right in line with this. Another one on the opposite side. Alright. Then we put a wrench on there. It's a wrench piece for emergency repairs, I'm sure. You never know when you might need a wrench. Now we're going to ready it for the cockpit, it looks like. Latching this together here so that doesn't go anywhere. Nice. Now we put some hinges onto the hatch. Really round that out nicely with these curved plates. That looks pretty cool. And then we attach it here. And that mostly covers the hatch, but not as much as I would like. It's a little weird. Hopefully we add some more pieces to that, but I'm not sure. Probably not, to be honest. Now we're making the gun emplacements. So, just a few pieces left, it looks like. I think the guns might be the last of it. So how the guns work is that there's this piece here, and then we have this piece here. And we snap it in, and then it can run free a little bit. And then we attach a little plate there, and pops it off. They actually fly pretty far, if I remember correctly. They work quite well. Curve that out here. This is a pretty cool piece. So essentially this black rod is the actual gun, and then this piece is the functional gun. Put that on and that looks pretty good. Nice. The wrench is a little bit in the way. Huh, the wrench actually prevents it from going fully flat. This hook piece does, I guess, which must be the point. And then we're going to build one on the opposite side. So, mirrored. These. And there. Plates. Curious what these little things are for. Oh. Curious what these are for. Pretty much the only piece we haven't used yet. I'm quite curious. Okay. Put that in. Shove that in. Attach it. Attach the ammunition to the shooters. like so. And looks like the rest of the ammunition, all the spares, go in this little compartment in the back, which is what I expected. And I keep dropping them. Get in there. Don't want to lose you. Get the last one in there. If it fits, this one was a spare piece, so it might not. Alright, there we go. Perfect. And then these little things, attach in on these clips. It's an interesting antenna piece. I think this piece was first used for a fencer minifigure. Like, there's a fencing sword. There's the guard, the handle, and yeah, you get the picture. All right, throw those in. Okay, and that's it. Is the finished Republic fighter tank. I feel like there should be a piece right here. That looks kind of weird that there isn't another plate on there. I feel like it needs just a white plate or something right there. The gray poking out looks a little strange, but I don't know. That's just me. And then the hatch doesn't completely cover the opening. Alright, I'll bring the camera down to eye level, and we'll see how it looks with minifigures. Okay, so there we are. The Republic fighter tank. 2 droids, Jedi Ayla Secura, a clone gunner to put in the cockpit, and the tank rolls around. Honestly, this set's pretty cool. It's not 100% what I expected. I would hope that it had a little more functionality, but as a model that I'm probably just going to have on display, if anything, I think it looks pretty good. It's very well constructed, which I appreciate. Yeah, I like the construction. I'm not worried at all this thing is going to fall apart. It rolls relatively easily. It looks very nice. And the guns can move independently. For some reason, I had it in my mind that the wheels would have a gear system that turns the guns, but obviously with the cockpit there, that wouldn't happen. It has a pretty low profile. I think the one they made in the past was a bit taller and maybe just bigger overall. If I find a picture of that one online, I'll be sure to add it to the video. Yeah, I guess you can put the dude's gun on that clip for when he's driving. There's not really room for him to be in there with his gun. His little cockpit with his little screen. Let's see if I can fit him in there. Sit our guy down. Alright, yeah, he fits in there quite well. And then hatch closes with plenty of clearance. Unfortunately, you can't really tell that he's in there until you pop him out, because the window is so small, so there's really no value in him being in there. And then he doesn't really stand up very well. He's not even touching the ground. He's just kind of hanging. But I guess that's what this little thing can be for. You can grab onto this bracket right here. Little bracket in there doesn't actually do anything. So just pretend that's what that's for. And then you can shoot out with his gun if he needs to. We can put the Jedi on there. So, with that, you've reached the end of the video. If you're looking for a cool new LEGO Star Wars set, this one is a pretty good bet if you like more of the Clone Wars land vehicles, which I quite enjoy. So it was $25, which I kind of wish it had been $20 given the size, but it was 300 pieces, and usually there's a 100 pieces is $10 sort of conversion rate, so it's pretty good as far as that's concerned. Yeah, definitely glad I bought it for this video. It's a cool addition to my collection, and I'm excited. So thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and this build. If you did, let me know by liking and posting in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't already, and above all, I hope that you are relaxed and or sleeping well, and I'll see you in the next video. Good night.